Hello to everybody. My name is Dr. Mantada Raja Dayanidhi. I did my graduation from Usmania Medical College MBBS, passed out in 2013. I cleared my exam in 2014 with All India rank 115, expecting IAS. Actually, this lecture is all about my preparation strategy, especially Venkata Mohan sir, how he has guided me. I would like to deliver this in two parts. Part 1 with respect to the GS and mains, and part 2 that deals with the interview. First of all, I would like to tell what I have taken coaching from Venkata Mohan sir. I took for modern world, that is international history, and then international affairs, ethics, general essay, and of course interview guidance. The first thing that I would like to say that his approach is very different. That's in a way that his approach is one thing which is completely different from the traditional approaches, which say that this is the only answer, or you have to write in this way, you have to think is only in this way, because the answers will be only evaluated in this way. But his way says that you can think and you should think out of the box, and that too within the syllabus limit. For example, if you are writing a mains answer, many people say that how to start an answer, but he says that first just don't care about what to write, but just think on the question itself. Think on the question itself. Spend a minute or two. What is he asking us, or what is he conveying through the question, rather than what to write. So this forms the solid foundation for your answer. Instead of just as soon as you read a question just going what to write, just think on the answer itself. For example, in my essay the question was like, science and technology is the panacea for the nation's security and development. This was the essay that I attempted. Here my approach was that I completely redefined the question in my own way. Like the terms that are there, one is science, the other is technology, and nation. Mind, it is very important. It's a nation, not a state, not a country. Nation has a specific definition, that is a geographical identity. This is called nation. Security and development. So here you have to link science. How does a science help in a nation's security, and how does a technology, and how does these both that help into nation? So my approach was that I defined my own way in what does a science mean. I started off with this, like science saying that discovery of the principles of nature can be defined as a science, and application of these principles can be named as a technology. So he said that think this as broad as possible. I say think or expand your subject to very broad, so that you can take to its roots. My score in general essay was 140. So I traced it up to humankind, starting that discovery of fire itself is a principle, that itself is a science, and discovery or invention of a wheel is a technology. So I started off from the basics, like how science and technology were there from the beginning. But most people say that science and technology which has begun in somewhere around industrial revolution and something like that. But I say that whatever has happened in the mankind, that is due to science and technology. Science and technology do not mean discovery of an invention of a phone or invention of a pen. Okay, even your thought processes, a liberal principle called democracy, that itself can be a science. Okay, so such was his approach, so that it was very, very broad, so that I could write as many things as possible. Starting from, I started off with early man and I finished off with nuclear weapons. So I did not miss anything, that too in an order. So his approach is in this way, that it is very broad. So the more broader you make your preparation, it would be more easy. So this automatically does not result in compartmentalization of preparation, saying that prelims, mains and interview. There should be only one single strategy, that is preparation for civil services. And from this you have to derive. So when your approach is very broad, You need to read less, you need to remember more, you can write a very better answer, and you can correlate each and everything. This only happens when you have a broader preparation, and this was his strategy which worked for me. So my preparation was simple. I prepared for a very few hours, 5 to 6 hours, but whatever I read, I linked to it in a very broad manner. I did not compartmentalize the syllabus that this will come only in the prelims, this should you know only for mains, this should know only for your interview. It was not like that. The whole strategy was single point agenda. Okay. And there is a point that Sir says that think out of the box, and Sir also says that you should have your own opinion. This is most important. Sir says that Sir never imposes any principle that you must follow this only or this is the only way. He says that think. He allows the class to be interactive. He allows more and more thoughts, and he loves when a student differs with the teacher. This is where the confidence of student can be developed. Usually a student comes with a notion that I should not talk more, or I should not think like this, I should not say this like this. So this itself restricts his ability and he will lose his confidence. But Sir enjoys diversity. He enjoys difference. He enjoys dissent. So even if you completely reject, outrightly reject, or if you completely differ with a point, then he will encourage you in that point and he will make you to think. And finally, you will automatically agree his view. If you don't agree also, it's a well and good. It's fine, you can keep your own thoughts. But it teaches you that you can think in many ways. Okay. And it also says that you need to have your own opinion. You can take inputs from anyone, but decide on your own. So this automatically helps you in the interview. So you don't need a separate interview preparation. So see here, while you're reading a topic, you can be done with the prelims, then mains, how to write and how to think more, and in the interview also. So in a single shot, you are completing all the 3 phases. So there is no compartmentalization. Okay, for example, if you read one topic for prelims, you will read in some way. You do only multiple choice questions. You don't think much about it. And when the same topic comes for mains, you just think on only writing, how to write more. And when you enter into interview phase, you just think what to say. But his approach says that have a single preparation line, and then as and when needed, you mold it for the examination need. For example, you have prepared for 1857 revolt, you did everything, but when prelims is approaching, just the subject remains same. Just do more and more MCQs on it. So when your mains phases comes, just write more answers, think it more, how many ways it can be written, and same interview is asked, have your own opinion. So these 3 happens at one go under his approach, and I got immensely benefited, I tell you. And where others fail, maybe I got benefited, but many others usually will fail. They fail because as far as I knew is that they don't believe that this is the approach. They feel that outrightly in their heart it says that it is completely different, it is a little bit innovative, but ultimately they don't have a dare to accept it, and they will be afraid that this kind of approach will not be entertained by the examiners. But I tell you that examiners always enjoy innovation. They want innovative answers, even in mains or in interview, because this test, examination, primarily is not a test of knowledge, though it tests knowledge a little bit. It says that how diverse you can think, in how different angles you can think. This exam is that exam which expects you to find a way where there seems to be no way. But when your thinking is hatke, or when you think it in other ways, angles, you always find a way, and that's the only way he teaches. So ultimately you will cling on to it. So the point is that all the traditional teachers, whatever the other traditional teacher says, he doesn't say that. So that makes you a suspicion that this can be a wrong way. But I made a risk. I felt that I need to read less. So if I need to read less, I need to know more in little time. So if I broaden my preparation, then I think I could make it, and I did it. And the advice I give to his students is that, just as my favorite philosopher Osho says, whatever Sir teaches, listen to him very carefully, and think whether you can differ at any point. This is important. So if you could differ with him, then it means that you are thinking in a right way, and that you will get the boost. Suppose if you are not, it is not necessary that if you cannot differ with him, you are not following him. No, it's not like that. But just don't follow his teachings just blindly. Think on it. Think on it. Think on it. When you think, then only you can come whether you are agreeing it or disagreeing it. And when you come to an opinion to agree, disagree it, it makes that your mind is working and you are using your brain. That's how your preparation should be. So the only advice I give to his students is that listen to his classes properly and form your opinions in whatever Sir says and discuss it. Discuss just openly. It is not that, suppose you might be having a completely radical approach or completely radical opinion on which Sir is saying. I say just tell him, just say that, and might be that your approach can be more correct. So it's not like a unidirectional approach where lecturer knows or teacher knows more and whatever he knows he dumps. It's not like that. Sir says that the more he learns is not from books but rather from the students. So the more he learns from the students, the more he refines it. So get yourself and get your views refined by him. This always helps you. And regarding specific preparation notes, I always insist on having a self-preparatory notes. While Sir is taking lessons, please kindly take your own notes, though material will be provided to you, because Sir will be discussing a lot in the classes which you cannot find in that material which he gives. So have your own notes, own hand prepared notes, because this will help you immensely during the revision. Because to read a material and to read your handwritten notes, it will be very easy to return your handwritten notes because you wrote it. And while you are writing each and everything, the whole story gets reminded to you that what was Sir saying during this point and all that. And that will immensely help you, which helped me personally with respect to ethics and with respect to general essay. So most people commit a blunder. They listen to the classes, but they don't take notes. And also after once the class is over, before the next class begins the next day or the next session, they don't read what has happened in the previous class. These two are the biggest blunders generally people commit. So please avoid them. And coming to interview preparation, my interview preparation was that Sir told me only one tip, that many people think that there is no strategy with respect to interview, but Sir says that there is a strategy. And it also says, you will wonder, I tell you, that steering, if you consider the interview preparation or interview as a vehicle, many people think that the steering will be in the hands of the board which is interviewing you. But Sir says that, and I believe that, I believed it, and it is done for me, because you can watch my interview transcript, or you can see my interview transcript on the Facebook page, which will be given at the end of the video. So Sir says that the steering will be in your hands. It is quite difficult to believe it, but believe it. So it says that whatever might be the question, okay, pull it to the area at which you are strong at. My area was at philosophy, Osho philosophy. So whatever the question is asked, try to bring the discussion to this your strong point. I'll tell you how. If you watch my interview transcript, I myself being a doctor, two questions were basically not asked, that why civil services and you are a doctor, why did you come here? These two questions did not find mention in my interview, but I wanted to convey these 2 points, and I dragged and I drew the interview in my favor such that I answered these 2 questions, and it added an asset. And number 2, Sir says that be very honest in the interview. Be very honest. Most people, what they commit is that they will go with the preformed notions that I should tell answer like this if he tries to corner me. Sir says that be honest, because the people who are standing before you, they have at least 30 to 35 years of experience, and you cannot bluff them. They love truth and they love honesty. They love fair expressions. Sir said that interview is not a cross-examination, it's an intimate conversation between the elders. The only golden rule is that be polite. You can differ, you always try to differ. You can differ and you can argue, you can deny it, but be polite. That's the only tip. For example, most people commit mistake during filling up the DAF form. This is the most important, because most people don't know that. In the future, they might not be knowing that. Our questions shall be asked on the DAF alone. But I tell you, my question was only on the DAF. My hobby was Osho Rajneesh philosophy. My question was only on Osho. So before filling my DAF, I have taken Sir's advice. Sir said that hobbies are most important, and choose a hobby or whatever might be your hobby, present it in an interesting manner so that you can have a grip over the interview. For example, most people read books. They just say, my hobby is reading books. There is nothing new in that, because if it is a book, you might be wasting some few questions, few important questions shall be wasted, like what kind of books do you read, or what kind of author do you read, or what you like about it, or something like that. If you say book, they might say you some alien, some other book name, and they ask you to review it. And suppose if you don't know, then you might be missing a chance. What I say that be specific. For example, reading Jeffrey Archer novels, or reading J.K. Rowling novels, or reading Yandamuri Veerendranath books. See, here if you are very specific, then your discussion shall be only on that. And if you prepare well on that, you can answer well on that. For example, mine was Osho philosophy. Then the whole my interview, 3/4 of my interview was only on Osho, Bhagavan Rajneesh. Because I said my hobbies was drawing, painting, Osho books, cooking. So the whole discussion, as it was a very rare hobby, whole discussion went on Osho. So here I had my grip. So here the question that you can have the steering on your hands, this comes true here. And third question, that is that Sir said that every question is a potential opportunity to tell about yourself. Don't waste any question. Most people say that if you don't know, just tell don't know. But Sir says that, and it works. If you don't know, tell why you don't know. This will make the difference. For example, as my interview was painting, then I asked, sir, if they ask me about the differences between Tanjavur painting and some Mysore painting, I said, I don't know much about it. So what should I tell? And Sir said that you can say simply, sir, I don't know about the paintings, this Mysore painting, but if you allow me, I would like to tell what I like about paintings. That painting is a form of expression, or the colors that you play, or the expressions that you portray. So see, here you will be telling something, okay, which, okay, you do not, you are not asked, but somehow it is linked. You are not telling about Tanjavur paintings, but as your hobby is painting, you are telling what you like about the painting. Then it means that you don't see the specific types of painting, but you only enjoy what a painting has. This is a superior quality that he expects, isn't it? So this helped me immensely. Most people say that as you don't know, just say no and just leave it. But see, you are wasting an opportunity, isn't it? Because you might not be asking more questions. What if he asks only 2 or 3 questions and he goes to next topic? You will be missing an opportunity, and it is very costly to do so. So what I see that when you don't know, say why you don't know, and be as innovative as possible. And number 3 stance is that many people says that take a balanced view on interview, says that, but I don't think it is correct. Sir said that take a stand and defend it only to the extent logic follows. When you think that the other's argument is stronger than yours, give up honestly, saying that, sir, I could defend only up to here. Okay. Because what most people say is that taking a balanced view, they mean that they are telling neither yes and nor yes and being very diplomatic. So I wanted to mind you that this is not a media conference where you need to be diplomatic. It is an intimate conversation between the elders, between elders and you. You can take a stand and you must take a stand, and they will expect you to take a stand. That's what they expect. For example, if there is any issue on Kashmir, the people who are standing before you, They know much better than you, but they just wanted to know to what extent you know the truth. So they expect this: take a firm stand and defend it only to the extent logic follows. See, if somebody goes on asking you why, even Einstein at a point of time he should give up. So he says that when that chance comes, then openly say that, sir, I could defend my argument only up to here. Maybe you have a point, I would consider it, that's it. Instead, if you hold it and if he probes on it, the whole time goes on, he will be probing you, he will be cornering you, and you will be defending it. What I say is that open it, diffuse it, open it, accept it, and move on to next. So that's how you should be intelligently acting. Acting here means you should be intelligently behaving in the interview. You should know about your limitations. This will help you a lot. And one question, like sir says that when you don't know some question, try to diffuse it. Try to diffuse it. It will work. Don't use hi-fi language. Use very simple language. My question was asked on bricks, on objectives. I don't know little. I know very little about it. And something like, see, the diffusing, I'll tell you. I was asked like, if India need to be global power, you need to be militarily strong. So do you think that India is militarily strong? Something like that. The question went like this. So sir says that you don't need to go in whatever he asks. You can take him in the way you want. I said that, see, here the question is global power versus militarization. India cannot afford to be militarily strong because it has its own problem. So once you say that our GDP on defense should be increased, then the whole discussion goes what happens to the malnutrition and all that. And when you say that, when you think in other way, it goes. So I simply said that, I diffused the question by saying that, sir, I believe that I am not interested in India becoming a global power or a regional power. I feel that whatever India does on an international arena, it should make sure that that shall make all Indians happy and prosperous. Simple, isn't it? It works because he cannot ask you more. When you say that the ultimate goal of a nation shall be making its citizens happy, then what else do you need? Whatever we do, we are doing for the same, right? Okay. And something is asked about foreign issues, then the better that can be like, I thought that saying that, sir, I feel that whatever India does with respect to other countries, it should make sure that at least it should not contribute to their problems. It should try to solve their problems, but it should not try to contribute to their problems which are existing. See, the answer is simple and you are diffusing, and there are no cross questions that can be asked. Okay, so this is his approach, which I liked a lot. I got around 193 in interview, and there are some basic questions. See, here the point is that many people will guide you in interview. If you do a good interview, they say that you did good, you did well. If you do a bad interview, they said that you did badly. But if you ask them really what is good and what is bad, they won't be able to tell it because they don't know it. But sir knows it. Sir says that what is good is that when you are honest, taking a stand, defending it only to the extent when your logic follows. And when you say no, tell why you don't know, and always carry a smile because it doesn't cost you much. If you smile, it would be pleasant. And like most people concentrate on body language, which Ravindran sir has told me that your views are too, I gave a mark, your views are too extreme, or try to modulate your voice, something like that. But I tell you that, see, when we see that if you are doing like this, then you are telling lies. If you are seeing something or you are tapping the hands, you are tense, something like that. I say that concentrate very least on your body language, just to maintain an eye contact and be polite. Because when you are searching for an answer, or when you are cooking an answer, you are preparing an answer, artificial answer, then this body language matters, isn't it? When will you do like this? As if when you are saying lie. I mean to say that, why to tell a lie? Tell truth na. Kya hoga? Okay. So don't care about body language. Just sit in a relaxed position, maintain eye contact and speak truthfully from your heart. and modulating the voice and something, these don't work. Because see, you are the person for the past, whatever your age might be, you have been habituated to talk like something, to behave like something, to sit like something. Okay, you cannot change it overnight, and you don't need to, because if you concentrate more on your body language, you will be forgetting what you have to tell, and they will catch you. I say that when you be honest with yourself, okay, you don't need these tips. Just maintain eye contact, be polite. That's the two that I say, and this helped me. On the just a previous night, I called my sir and said the same. Sir, they are saying that to modulate my voice and all that. He said that if you concentrate on modulating your voice, you won't be concentrating what is coming from your voice, isn't it? So just be natural, be relaxed, don't be tensed. Think that interview is in your hand. Think that you can do it very well. And even if a factual question is asked, you don't need to remember it. You can simply say that, sorry sir, I am not good at remembering numericals, or I did not expect this question. Crack a joke, it doesn't matter. Okay, so the whole approach in the sir is that he will make you discover yourself. This is the big question that one need to answer. That what is you? What are your abilities? He will make yourself to discover yourself. He won't discover you and tell you. He will make you to discover yourself. He will make you to think. The best thing, there is a quote, I would like to end this discussion with a quote, that a bad teacher tells, a good teacher explains, and a best teacher makes the people think, its students think. And in this way, Venkata Mohan sir is far more superior than any others. Thank you so much for watching these videos. My email ID will be given to you, and my interview draft is put to you. Feel free to contact. Thanks a lot. Good day.